This is Shai Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
Here we go.
I'm Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
I hope savior of basketball has won.
Well, the Dortcher Chamber has been going pretty well.
I'm Aaron Wiggins, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Mark Dagnall, and I'm down to dunk.
He just does a big smile and
I feel blessed by God to be here with down to dunk, be here with you.
I'm Alex Caruso, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
Oh, jeez. Are you going to sing it good enough for me to guess it, or?
Panhandle. Jeez. I'm tweaking.
Name 2 famous Oklahomans.
Myself and Jalen Williams.
Is that a crazy answer?
All my friends call me Bob.
Where's Rachel? Unique story. He lived a whole life.
Plain?
Plain.
This is Kason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
True blood Oklahoma.
That's right. Pretty exciting, if you ask me.
This is J-Dub, world champion J-Dub, and I'm down to dunk. And eat burgers.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. Before I get to my good friend Michele Berra, I want to tell you about 2 other friends of mine, Aaron and Drew Reese of Shelter Insurance. You can contact Drew, 405-478-7714, or Aaron, 405-773-5500. Listen up, Dunkers. You need an agent who can help you get through any sort of weather-related thing, which is always happening in Oklahoma. Listen, you're going to have something going on your property, and you need a good local insurance agent. And Aaron Drew Reese specialize in protecting homeowners and real estate investors' most valuable assets. And most importantly, these are guys that you can trust. And they work for a great company. And they love the Thunder. They do. You can give them a call or text today and support the people that support Down to Dunk. With me, as always, on Mondays is my good friend Michele Berra. Michele, what's up?
Well, apologize for me being extremely late today. Apart from that, all great. I mean, I watched a very uninspiring game this morning in terms of how it developed. OKC was clearly inspiring. The rest, not sure.
Yeah, it was a mostly terrible game to watch.
Yeah.
And a lot of it due to the officials. I hate to complain about the officials because I think mostly they're not as big of a factor as most people think.
Mm-hmm.
They were last night. Part of the job of the officials is to make sure the game flows in the way that it should and almost be invisible if you can be. They were very visible. They chopped this game up terribly. Really just butchered this game with the amount of they would call ticky-tack fouls. And this goes for both teams. This isn't just like a Thunder complaint, like, oh my gosh, the Thunder didn't get the calls. No, it's like they would call ticky-tack fouls at times for both teams, and then they would just not.
Yeah.
It's like the inconsistency is really what killed it. Like the only part of the game that really felt like it flowed was that 8-0 run the Thunder went on at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Where they were able to get steals and generate threes, and they looked really good during that stretch. I guess they didn't really generate threes, but they were just able to generate good open attempts, and were able to kind of break the game open a little bit from there. But it was a tough watch. It was genuinely a really difficult watch. Some of it was like you couldn't breathe on Denny Avdia. He was very aggressive. He was going to get free throws anyways, but 23 free throw attempts is a lot of free throw attempts. It was just a lot. I mean, he was getting like some kind of strange superstar call here. It was just weird. It was just a weird game. It wasn't. I mean, I tweeted that it was just a really rough watch, and really the officials. That was one of the more embarrassing officiated games I've seen all season. There's been a few like that across the league. I don't really feel like that's really happened to a Thunder game yet, but we've seen this kind of throughout the league where I don't know what quite the mandate is to call more fouls. I don't know, but there's just too many fouls being called across the NBA right now.
Yeah, I think that one issue that you have when you're officiating the Thunder is that on the one hand, you know that there is at least a thought inside the league that you don't want to really put Shai on the line as many times as he should go there. And so on the one hand, you're trying to limit your self-calling accuracy, but on the other hand, for weird reasons, like why do you have to put this much air into the whistle? As you mentioned, I mean, the point of you being there is to not be noticed by anybody.
Yeah.
You have to make the right calls, clearly. You have to just control the game, but there was no animosity, no issue between the two teams. I didn't notice anything in particular. So there was not much to do. Just do your normal job and everything will be fine. But no. The good thing is that OKC has so much room for errors. I think so much margin that even if you have like Shai not really scoring efficiently for half of the game, you don't have J-Dub still at his normal standard. You have Chet in foul trouble. You have no Alex Caruso. You have no Isaiah Hartenstein. So no really a lot of rebound protection. You're still clearly the better team. And to me, yes, we need to talk about Shai as the title suggests. But I was extremely impressed by AJ Mitchell in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He was just special there. He had the courage to just take this mid-range jumper that was, he could have taken that. Shai gave the ball to him, but he had the guts to go there, take the shot. It was like a good shot, not a great shot, and make it. Like that's I know that taking it's half of the job, but making it with no sweat, nothing whatsoever, and playing defense really hard. That is, to me, I really had to go back and rewatch a few of his possessions because it's not just the 17 points; it's more than that. And as soon as he gel a little bit with J-Dub, the second unit will be just destroying teams.
Yeah, and it's really when like J-Dub gets comfortable again. He's gonna have to ease his way back in. I mean, this is his right dominant wrist that he's having to like learn to use again at a high level, and he's just not there yet. And that's okay. Like he looked a little bit more comfortable yesterday than he did before. But yeah, those two as a combo, and you even saw them kind of working together. There was a moment where, I mean, they had like a little bit of a two-man game going on where Dub was kind of occupying the low spot on the court, and there was like this like almost like give and go thing between the two of them where AJ got a wide open layup. And so I think that we'll continue to kind of see their chemistry grow. I think that those two are going to be able to help each other out a lot because there's high level passing between the two of them, 3-level scoring between the two of them. And yeah, I mean, AJ is glad he's okay because he had to leave the Suns game with a contusion and he was fine. But yeah, the two of them getting together and also Hartenstein when he comes back as well. Like I think Hartenstein and AJ are probably like the two guys that you can say that will help Dub the most when Shai's off the court because those guys are just good passers, advantage creators for you. And I think that part of like his struggle to create against Phoenix was that like you didn't have essentially both those guys for the whole game. Yeah. And so I do think that Dub will kind of ease his way back in, and I've heard him say as much that like it just doesn't feel quite as comfortable as he would have hoped yet. But I think he'll obviously get there. I don't think this is an instance where they like brought him back too fast or anything. It'd be funny. Like I've actually seen people say that, and it's like, wait a minute. Like you're the same people that were saying like, is he ever going to come back? What's the deal? They holding him out so that he doesn't get all these escalators, and then it's like he comes back. It's like they bring him back too fast. Like everybody calm down. Like calm down in both instances. Like
they wanted for him to materialize as the guy who scored 40, but with an improved wrist. That is what scored 40 in the finals. That is what everybody expects from him. I think it's unfair. I think there is a team that is playing a certain way that is not exactly the way in which the team was playing with him on the court. And there is a little bit of time. I think that Rylan on the Dream Team show was saying about the lack of 3-pointers right now. That is a part of the game that will come.
Yeah.
And as soon as it will come back, then you will see more spacing and stuff going in a different direction. So OKC is 20-1. What the heck do you care if it takes like 4 weeks to go back to like mid-season form? Who cares? I mean, I think I couldn't care the less about the record that they end up with. It's just, to me, it's great that they are 20-1. Don't get me wrong. It's great that they are killing team at an unprecedented rate. I am grateful to witness Shai making history, but I don't think that is the point. I mean, if all these things come while they basically rehearse for what they need to do coming the postseason, great. Everything, it's icing on the cake, but the cake is something different. And I don't really need Dub to be in his perfect form now. Dub has 60 games, 61 games to be back to where he's supposed to be, or an improved version of that, which would be better.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure that there will be aspects of his game that are better once he starts to kind of feel a little bit more comfortable. You alluded to it, but Shai passed Wilt Chamberlain's second most 20-point games in a row yesterday, hitting 93 in a row of games with 20 or more points. That is just bananas, man. Like, that is just crazy.
Yeah, it is ballistic, yes.
And we kind of thought it would happen. It was close to not happening. It was, I mean, my kids were all gathered around the TV, just like, Asher's like, man, I don't know if he's going to do it. I don't know if he's going to get there. I'm like, he'll get there. He'll get there. Especially when he had to play the fourth quarter. I was like, okay, he's gonna get there. Like, there's no question that he's gonna figure this out. He gets back in the game, and he just missed a lot of strange shots throughout the game. I wonder, I'm not saying that he was like sitting there thinking about it, but I just wonder if there was some aspect to that made it a little bit harder for him, because he was missing shots, like that little baseline shot he missed. I mean, he missed shots at the rim.
He missed 2 bunnies that were very unconventional misses for him.
It was really, really strange. It was really, really strange. But it was like after he got 20, like the game just felt easy for him again. So I just wonder if there was like some like human element of the record, hanging over him a bit. I don't know. He doesn't usually operate like that, but it kind of, it at least felt like that watching the game, that like perhaps there was like just some human element at work there. But he got there. He did not have the best game, but enough to win the game. He had 26, 4 and 5 in this one, and continues to lead the best team in the NBA. Despite missing guys, despite not being whole for one game so far this season. And like teams like Cleveland, if you think about Cleveland, who is currently like crying that we're not healthy, we haven't had all our guys, we never had all of our guys at the same time, and they've had a lot of excuses on the table, and they sit at 12-9.
Which not bad, but also
it's not. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not 20-1.
No, it's not. By the way, before you get into Cleveland, I think that you are comparing SGA shot over Camara, where he just got to 20 points, to Russ hitting Semaj on the corner for. I mean, that game was just stupidly entertaining. I watched it live in the middle of the night for reasons that go like beyond my comprehension now. But yeah, so I mean, Russ in that game was everybody was really scared about not missing anything, and the result was everybody was missing a lot, especially Damos, who missed the most wide open shot ever. But anyhow, Shai got that moment. And he didn't have to deal with Samaj. So I'm not sure if it count as much as Russ's one, but
Yeah. The triple double one is crazy. I think this one is way more niche. I don't even know. I'm sure that some people are talking about it. I don't think that many people are talking about this one. It's a really cool one, but it's like kind of almost a random. I think like more of like Thunder people are talking about it than it being like a national conversation. But
it is cool. A meaningful record.
Yeah,
in order to do that, you need to be extremely, because he's not doing that while taking 55 shots per game. In order to do it, that would be very easy to do. Like you just have to take
playing 45 minutes a game,
or while playing 45 minutes per game. Yes, to do that while playing 33 minutes and taking a normal amount of shots for a superstar, that is the impressive part. He's not really playing all that much. And the fact that in history was never done, it means something. Everybody wants to stop Shai. It's not that they are allowing him to score 70 at the Garden like they did with Booker a couple of years ago. Or, I don't know, Kobe 81. I mean, those games, yeah, they happen. I'm not sure how much they were really trying to stop those guys. With Shai, I mean, they are really after him. At least now.
Yeah, because he's on the best team. Everybody wants to knock off the champs. I mean, I think it is a feather in the cap of the Blazers that they're the only team that's done it so far this year. And they had a chance last night. Like they still played really well despite not really having any of their bigs and just kind of not having Drew Holiday either. They scrapped. I mean, they played really hard. So you got to give them credit for that. But it's really hard to stop Shai, who is averaging 32 points, 4.8 boards, 6.6 assists, 1.5 steals, only 1.8 turnovers per game on 6 assists per game is pretty wild. It's like one of the best assist to turnover ratios. And certainly if you talk about guys that have his level of usage, it's like way up there. He's 54% from the field, 41% from three, which yesterday was the first game he hadn't made a three this season, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then he's 88.7% from the free throw line. So got to get that free throw percentage up, Shai. He missing
too many.
Missing too many. Missed the tech free throw yesterday. He's got to get close to that 90%, like his friend Lou Dort, who's not taking nearly as many free throws, but 92% from the free throw line. So
he hit some bombs. Lou did yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Lou played well yesterday.
Yeah.
Him and Isaiah Joe were bombing.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
In very specific parts of the game only.
Yes.
But nevertheless, bombing. They could bomb only in one specific part of a quarter, which,
it
really
was. It was really kind of funny. It was like, here's your section of the game to impact it. Now go.
And Kenrich got the same section, like a section himself.
He
did. Everybody was having a piece of the pie.
They needed Kenrich. They essentially played two bigs and Kenrich. They played Jay Will, Chet, and Kenrich, and those were their bigs. They did not play Brandon Carlson in this one. Some of it is that you just have so many of your best players available now with AJ and Wiggins and Joe and Kenrich and Jay Will all available and Dub available. It's like we can get by. And it's almost, and Mark talked about this before the game, that there is probably more of a comfort level from the team and the coaching staff to play like this than there is to play with double big and all of that, which they're doing a lot. And I think that they want to just be more comfortable as a team that goes double big. But I think there's more of a comfort level to have basically Jay Will as like the only other like true big man that plays, and then everybody else just kind of scraps and claws and clogs up the lane and recovers, and like they just played like that for so long that I think it's more muscle memory, especially when we're talking about guys like Dort and Shai and Wiggins and Joe and Kenrich and those guys that just they kind of grew up with the Thunder playing that style. And so it's a unique opportunity to kind of sharpen that blade for them, while iHeart is out, which I don't know if he'll return or not. No one really knows yet, just because it's going to take time for them to kind of see how that place in his calf heals. And so if that can get better in 10 days, I think he'll be back in 10 days. If it takes 2 weeks, then it takes 2 weeks. So he could potentially be back for that cup game against the Suns, because it'll be 12 days.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like right in the middle of like when he could potentially return. So yeah, I mean, this team is a mostly a blast to watch. Yesterday, the game was not a blast to watch, but they continue to win in multiple ways. Like you want to, if you're a team that's going to win playoff series, like you want to win every kind of game. You want to win the game where the officials are out of their minds. You want to win the game where they call it tight. You want to win the game where they call it a loose. Like you want to be able to win despite the officials or whatever's happening there. You never want to like look at the officials and say, you're the reason we lost. Like, no, like we need to win despite the game flow not being there. And so I do think there are benefits to playing in environments like that, because it like just teaches you, and the Thunder are so good at this. There's other teams that are not very good at this, but the Thunder have been so good at this and not allowing like the officials to like shape their behavior throughout it and throw off their professionalism. Like they stay really focused. And so it's pretty impressive what they've been able to do.
Yeah, and I think that is part of a mantra that I think both Sam and Mark Dignold, Sam Presti, Mark Dignold, preached over the years, like taking in the controllables, like control what you can control. I mean, the officiating, you mostly can't. Yeah. You can control your reaction towards the official. You can control your way of playing a certain game to match what the officiating is to a certain degree, if you do want that, because other times you just play your game and that's it. But the point is, you need to control what you can control, and the energy, the defensive energy, the attention to details on defense. For example, I mean, during I think the third quarter, Portland had, I would say, 5 possessions where they ran a pick and roll and they tried to get a switch on Shai, and the first 2-3 of them were successful to a certain degree, and then Shai decided to switch a little bit higher, not to allow Danny Advia to have like a little bit of space to ramp up his speed, and that made a difference. So these kind of things that OKC is doing on the fly to just improve on the thing that they can control, like playing better defense on a certain set, instead of complaining for the fouls that were called on Danny on many of those possessions. That is how you, in the end, win the game. And again, I think that OKC is making a habit of doing the right things, and they can change course during the game, which is something that I think last year they had a lot of issues doing, both on defense and offense. Yeah. Tonight they Portland went zone, and they found counters to that zone, even if the shot was not going into to a fantastic degree. I mean, they shot not a good amount of threes, in my opinion, 29, not enough, and not super well, like 34%. That is a bad game from 3, but they were able to generate a lot of good stuff against the zone. A lot of short passes that directly led to dunks and stuff like that. And they had a lot of misses on very good shots. Yeah. So I really think that OKC is playing the right way. And again, we discussed about Mitchell, about Joe. It was good to see Wiggins back.
Yeah.
He is going to be important.
Yeah, Wiggs is just a good spacer. They always call him a system player, which like, I don't know if he's supposed to feel good about that. I don't know. But he knows how to play in the Thunder system very well. Like he's a good cutter, he's a spacer, he can screen. He's strong. He looks stronger to me. He looks like he's been a better defender so far to this point, which I think was the thing, coming away from the playoffs. Like he was pretty inconsistent offensively. He had massive games for them and like helped them win games. And then he would have games where he'd disappear. So it's like consistency and then defense are like the two things that if like you could have Wiggins improve two things, it's those. And consistency is hard. It's hard kind of off the bench being a guy that you don't know how many touches you're going to get, like points wise being consistent. But if he can be consistently better as a defender, I think like that is going to make a huge difference in his game. And you can see like the effort that he's putting into that. And you can see that he's stronger. So that was good to see. Alex Caruso also missed the game last night for quad, but I think this is kind of the same song and dance with Caruso where they need him to be healthy and like they can't afford to play him even if he's got like some kind of ticky-tack thing going on. Like he's got to be able to be 100% healthy because they're going to need him again in the postseason. And even though they're a little deeper than they were last year, you still need those experienced guys because the depth that you have in the regular season, not all of it's going to show up in the playoffs. That's just something that we see from all teams. It's not just OKC where it's like, you think you have 10 guys, but really you have 8. Or you think you have 12 guys,
you feel lucky.
You really have, 7. And so we know that Caruso is one of those guys. Like it's just obvious that he is one of those guys. And so they're gonna need to lean on him again come the postseason. So yeah, whenever AC can get some rest, get it for him. I also wonder if he's just like rest enough to make sure he's healthy for the cup because I think AC is a cup respecter. I would say. So.
By the way, speaking of the cup, what is it you have there?
It's my Emirates NBA Cup towel.
Towel.
Oh, it's
that you normally and regularly keep on your shoulder.
Just a normal thing people do with their NBA Cup towels.
Fantastic. You should really go on YouTube and watch Andrew like putting that in a very, very normal way, I would say. Exactly where you should put a towel. I don't have mine here, but I swear that I have sort of swear that I have the same, and I regularly put on my shoulder during podcasts.
I do this all the time. Something else you should do all the time is get a ticket for Down to Dunk Night, January 25th at 6:00 against the Raptors. Is Down to Dunk Night. So if you buy a ticket through this link, if you go to the Down to Dunk Twitter page, it is posted as the pinned tweet on our Twitter. So if you don't have Twitter, that's okay. You can just literally Google Down to Dunk Twitter or Down to Dunk X, and you will find it. You'll have an opportunity to shoot a half-court shot for some signed Thunder memorabilia. And also you get to take a picture with all the dunkers like this one from last year. We'd love to have you guys come out and hang out with us. You'll get to meet the L-Man, which will be really fun. And would love to see you guys there. So go buy your ticket for Down to Dunk Night. It should be a blast. We have very limited selection of these tickets. This should be a fun game. It's on a Sunday. So if you are from out of town, it's an early tip on a Sunday. I was like trying to find like the best game that had like timing wise that we could get a lot of people to it. Sunday early tip. So if you're driving, I've already heard people flying in from out of town for this, which is exciting. But yeah, join us at Down to Dunk Night. You can get in the picture. You can take your half court shot for some Thunder signed memorabilia from the team. And shout out to the Thunder for helping us with this again. It's always a fun event. and really grateful for everybody that attends. And we're looking forward to hosting a lot of you once more at the Thunder game on January 25th. Deadline is Christmas to buy these. So you need to buy your tickets before Christmas. So you got like 25 days now to buy your tickets. So go get those. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll look at some stats through 21 games. Now that we have 21 games under our belt, we can look at some lineup data. We can look at the net ratings and everything, and it looks a little bit more real. So we will be right back. And we're back after that quick break. Before we get into some Thunder numbers, I want to tell you about my friends at Ring Family Dentistry. Ring Family Dentistry takes a straightforward and honest approach to dental care. Doctors Phil and Brennan Ring believe in keeping what's healthy, fixing what's not, and only replacing what truly needs it. No pressure, no upselling, just clear explanations, thoughtful recommendations, and decisions that are always up to you. Ring Family Dentistry is a true family practice with a laid-back vibe, modern tech, and high-quality work, including same-day crowns, even for your front teeth, plus implants, bridges, root canals, and clear aligner therapy, all offered in-house. Call to schedule your appointment at 405-621-1555 or make an appointment online at ringfamilydentistry.com. All right, Michele. The Thunder currently, just looking at the net rating numbers, have a net rating of plus 15.3, which would be the best net rating in the history of the NBA. I don't expect that, even though it's like, oh, we can look at these numbers after 20 games and like this is kind of who people are. You also have to factor in strength of schedule, all of that. They haven't exactly had like the most balanced strength of schedule. It's also why they're 20-1, by the way, is that like Thunder just don't lose to bad teams. And that's like some people are like, oh, I don't really care if they do. What are they supposed to do? Like, this is the schedule the NBA gave them. This is what they're doing, is that they just don't lose to bad teams. So they're 20-1, 15.3 net rating. Their defensive rating is top of the league again, 103.6 to the second. The Rockets are a 110.3. That's the second best defensive rating in the NBA. The Thunder are just absolutely crushing the league defensively. And then offensively, they are tied for fifth with the Los Angeles Lakers, with the Celtics, Knicks, Rockets, and Nuggets, the teams that are above them. So pretty impressive stuff from the best team in the NBA so far this season. Certainly the defense sticks out, but what else has stuck out to you through 21 games, Michele?
Well, I think that one of the things that we saw in the early games, after I think 10 games, we said something along the lines of there is nobody really shining in OKC's on-off, because it was pretty balanced. To a certain degree, it's still the case, but there are some things that are emerging. I mean, Shai, Isaiah Joe, Mitchell, Wiggins, they are all positive, and this is, again, the Shai, just give me a shooter kind of thing that happens every season. Mm-hmm. But there is one guy that is like solely at the top, and I think it matches the eye test to perfection, I would say. Alex Caruso is plus 20 on off in 280 minutes. The offense is 13.5 points better, and the defense is 7 points better. That is absurd. Alex Caruso is, I think, what makes the second unit really work. And I think that yesterday, apart from a few moments, the start of the fourth quarter being one, the second unit really never found a rhythm with Alex on the floor. Yeah, it's just different. And this is something that numerically you can clearly see, and it matches the eye test. I think that the strength of schedule is something to monitor. I don't expect OKC to finish with a plus 15 net rating, but also the fact that OKC is not really played bad against good opponents. I mean, two of the best wins of the regular season are, in terms of net rating even, are against LA and against the Golden State Warriors, which are pretty good teams. I know that OKC is demolishing bad teams, but I think that they have the tendency to be also good teams.
It's true.
We'll see where it lands. Last thing, numerically, can you guess the net rating of lineups with Chet? Not the net rating necessarily, but the on-off of lineups, or net rating. Yeah, of lineups with Shai, Mitchell, and Chet Holmgren.
Oh, it's like plus 33 or something crazy, right?
Yeah, you are within one. It's plus 34.
Okay.
It is absolutely crazy to me that is. And I think that, I mean, Mitchell is contributing to that actively. Chet is, because of the rim protection, because of all these things, and Shea clearly, but also, I mean, that specific trio, and the best unit with that is the starting unit with Mitchell instead of Dort, not shades to Dort, but that unit retains a lot of the defensive.
They really have. They really have.
And Mitchell is just flat out a better offensive player. And I'm not saying that lineup could work against anybody, because, for example, when Danny Advia is going at full speed, then you place Lou Dort in the court, and that ceases to happen. And this is something that AJ is not capable of doing now, and probably for the foreseeable future. But that unit can really pull team apart when they don't have like a specific matchup that you need to take care of. And you still have Casey Wallace, by the way, in that unit. So I really think that Mitchell is providing something completely unexpected. And as we were saying at the beginning of the pod, as soon as he meshes with Jada, boy, oh boy, that is going to be crazy for OKC.
Yeah, the another trio that's interesting is the Shai, Isaiah Joe, AJ Mitchell trio, who have played 115 minutes together so far this season, or a plus 30.
Yeah,
like that's one where it's like, duh, like Shai with shooting, and then with like another dynamic player, it's like, yeah, pretty obvious that they would be that good. But yeah, they're and on NBA.com, I'm looking. Oh, they are a plus 33 on NBA.com. So that's just all minutes and not. It does include garbage time. So
I was looking to clean the glass, of course, because of the fact that you can take out basically non-relevant parts of the game, which is, I mean, if you can have those kind of net rating for those units, knowing that you take out garbage time, that makes the number even more impressive. Because you don't really have moments where the team is coasting because they are so. There is a lot of distance where you can take the foot off the gas to some degree. So I really think that OKC, yes, they have to. The schedule will toughen up some in the next month or so, but they also have, except for Hartenstein, better health than compared to when they started. And again, depending on when Hart comes back, then they can have really a different version of the team compared to what they had in the first 15 games. And as you mentioned, you can't really do much more than winning games by a 15 points differential per 100 possession. It's not that, they are doing it against. Yes, but there is literally nothing else that they could have done.
No one else is doing this.
Yeah.
No one else is doing this. There's just not. Like, you want to argue that it's not impressive? Like, no one else is doing it.
Yeah.
There's not one other team that's doing this. So, like, it truly is impressive. And I do think that one of the things that is going to, like, continue to propel this. One, like they need to stay healthy, but two, their second unit is just demolishing teams
Yeah.
at times. Like you look at some of the 3-man groups of these bench units, and they're just absurd. You look at Caruso, Hartenstein, AJ Mitchell, who they've consistently kind of used those three, along with sometimes it'll be Chet in there with them. Sometimes it will be like Chet and Joe with them. It'll be Chet and Wiggins. You know, they mix and match combos. I've seen like since Kenrich has come back, he's been in this lineup, but like the three of them, Caruso, AJ, Hartenstein, plus 39 in 104 minutes so far this season. Like that second unit is a weapon for them. And you can use that second unit to push the lead, to gain a lead, to establish your dominance in the game. Like and they have been. Like that second unit, whenever they're whole, is like, wow. Like that's impressive. And you know what? You can add J-Dub to that, which I think that they have. Like there's a lot that you can do where you like sit Shai, but you can just take that lead and just balloon it because you have just such massive weapons for you on your bench. And so I think it's really exciting to kind of see them kind of play around with different lineups and the roster. But I do think having guys like AJ and Caruso come off the bench that provide, you know, dynamic scoring and like tough nose defense. Even AJ is like becoming a good defender, and he's defended well to this point. Last night he had a deflection that he deflected to Chet, and then he sprinted up the floor, and then Chet threw it back to him and just got an easy bucket. It's like moments like that are going to continue to propel the team, and like AJ is learning from the best. You know, I've talked to him, you know, several times, you know, either in the locker room or at the podium, just about how, like, man, you get to learn from the best offensive player in the game in Shai. You get to learn from the best defensive guards in the game in Caruso, Dort, and Queso. Like you get to like kind of soak all this in and really become the best version of yourself possible. And so it's just cool to see. It's just really cool to see him do that. Let's give a little cup update. I do want to share this graphic because I think that it is helpful for those who are not following the cup. It was so funny after the game. I put this clip out, and
I saw that.
It's I kind of like congratulate Shai and J-Dub for winning West Group A, and you know, ask them about what that, like how important that is to them. I also, like, during that little congratulations, tell them that they'll be playing Phoenix, because like we had just found out, you know, we're at the arena and we just found out, oh, okay, it was because Denver lost. That, like, yeah, you're going to play Phoenix, and they're like, wait, what? So I had like
very confused.
Yeah. So if you don't understand it, there are three basically groups in each conference. The winner of each group, which is usually the best record, sometimes you'll tie with your record, but then it's point differential that pushes you through. And then it's the team with the best record, the best point differential that did not win, you know, any of their groups in that conference, that gets to move on and be the wild card. And the wild cards in each conference were the Phoenix Suns in the West and the Miami Heat in the East. And so the Thunder are the number 1 overall seed in the NBA Cup, and so they will play the Phoenix Suns, similar to what happened last year where they ended up having to play Dallas twice. And so they played Dallas at home. Same thing here. They're going to play Phoenix at home on Wednesday, December 10th. That is a Prime exclusive game, which is very cool. And so we'll see Thunder Suns that night in OKC. And then if they win that game, they will move on to the semifinals. That will be on Saturday, December 13th in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena, which I'll be there. no matter what happens, whether it's the Thunder or the Suns that'll play. They will play the winner of Lakers Spurs, and so there is a chance Wemby is back for this Lakers game, and then certainly for the Cup. So really, that's pretty sweet. I hadn't really seen that Wemby could be back, so it's possible that he's back. If he's back, then like the league is in a no lose situation there, whether it's Luka or Wemby at the Cup. And if it's against the Thunder, and you get to see Wemby against OKC or Luka and LeBron against OKC, it's like, yeah, that's about as good as you.
That's good. Or against also Iguodala, depending on how things.
Or against Osa Iguodala and Dylan Brooks. So you decide what you like.
Yeah. Can I issue a formal complaint on the Cup?
Always.
I mean, I love the Cup. I like the fact that there is something else to play for during the regular season.
Yeah.
But why in the heck do we need to put West against East also in the Cup? It's completely unnecessary. Like, we already have the playoffs, the fact that you cannot really go from one side of the country to the other. Great. You don't really need to do it for the final set of the Cup. You can mix it up. You can have 2 Eastern Conference. You can have 2 Western Conference in the finals. Nobody really cares about having this rivalry, which is not a rivalry. And if the West wins, who cares? Like, this is really unimportant. We already have the playoffs done in this way. Can we mix it up even in the groups? Like, why do we need to force like this stuff? You can probably do better. You don't want to force a group? Great, because it's harder. But at least from the quarterfinals, why do we have to play Phoenix again? Boring. Would be better if we play New York or the Raptors or the Heat. That would be much better, because you have a chance to see an Eastern Conference team twice maybe instead of once, or 3 times instead of 2. Boring West against East, especially for someone who doesn't live in either part of the country.
I don't mind it. I don't mind. I think they're trying to help establish rivalries within the conference, which I do think is something that they need to continue to try to do.
Okay.
I do think that's part of it. I like the idea. I do like the idea of trying to mix it up a bit. But I think that they are trying to establish some kind of rivalry there. Not necessarily between Phoenix and OKC. That's not like something there. But if the Spurs do make it through, like Spurs OKC, we're going to see it. If that happens, we'll see them like 3 times in 2 weeks, basically.
Boring. Again, 3 times. The first time, great. The second one, it's not Christmas. The third one, by Christmas, it could be boring because we have seen it 2 times.
Or it could be like chippy.
It could be.
I hope it gets chippy. Because I do think that there is a disdain like between the Thunder and Spurs that exists. I do think that there's...
Because there are Chet and Wemby, yes. But
I think there's something there.
Yeah, sure. If it happens to be that, great. But you may avoid like seeing the Raptors in the semifinals, which is also a plus. I mean, nothing against the Raptors, but I mean, maybe it would be a tad better with better teams. But anyhow, there's no point. It's like that. I will watch it anyway. Just thinking that East and West, they already have all this stuff for the playoffs. They already play more together.
Yeah. It's true. That's true. I would love to see Thunder Lakers, Thunder get through. I'd love to see, I don't really care if Orlando or Miami makes it. I kind of like to see Orlando up close. I know the Heat are interesting with their new offense and whatnot. Don't really care. The Raptors, Knicks, as much as I love S, and I would love to see the Knicks Magic, and then the Knicks move on, and then see Thunder Knicks. That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Like that would be if I could predict what's going to happen. That's what I would want to happen, and I would love to see the Thunder and Jay Will. They should just let Jay Will hold that cup and just hoist the cup and just have so
With a
much
big
more.
smile.
He will be so happy. I mean, I asked him about it in the locker room the other day and put the video out, but he's still very much, last year he was kind of the guy that was leading the clubhouse and like, let's go win this money kind of thing. And his new contract has not changed his stance on that, even though he's making more money and is doing a little better. I think that he still very much is motivated to go win the money. And as is everybody else, Shai mentions it, at the podium.
Yeah, why not?
So, yeah, they want to go win this money, and it's motivating for them. They want to do it. So, would love to see Jay Will holding that cup at the end of the night because it was kind of a bummer to cover the losing cup team after that one in Las Vegas. Even though Lou Dort had quite an outfit. I don't know if I think I put it up on the stream. I don't think I have it saved here in StreamYard, but it was quite an outfit. Anyways, yeah, that's your cup update here from Down to Dunk. Hope you enjoyed your cup update. All right, Michele, anything else before we get out of here that's on your mind? The Thunder's upcoming schedule, they do play the Warriors, who will be without Steph Curry on Tuesday night. 10 p.m. tip. NBC,
I love those.
Get it together, NBC. That's late.
It is so late. I will not be able to watch
two late games this week. They got that one, and then on Friday against the Dallas Mavericks, 8:30 home tip on Prime, and then Sunday they have the Utah Jazz on the road back in Salt Lake before they come back on that next Wednesday to play Phoenix for the first knockout round game of the NBA Cup. So
I weirdly have in my mind that we'll go randomly 2-1.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea why. There is nothing like numerically based to make me say that. I have the weird feeling that OKC is not playing either. I mean, I felt like the last 3 games they kind of played.
Well, Shai had to play all fourth quarters, and we had some titanium playing in the building the other night, which they almost screwed it up. They almost screwed this up against Phoenix. There was a gap that Thunder you had to take it. You had to take it. There was 2 threes made. Timeout Phoenix. There's like a couple minutes left in the game. That was it. That was titanium time. They didn't take it. They didn't take the lane. Anyways, they
should
wait.
apply for controlling titanium. Maybe they will allow you.
They'd be so good at it. I know the formula, Thunder. I know the titanium formula.
Okay.
You got to just let me take the reins at some point. But then they took it. Then they played it with 4 seconds left in the game, and I don't know.
Not
honestly,
the same.
It didn't feel the same. I think you had your titanium time, and you missed it, and then you tried to get it later, and it wasn't quite the same. Like once that other 3 goes down, then it's like perfect. It was perfect timing. So we've got to like really tighten up the reins on titanium.
Yeah, but suppose that like 4 seconds later, that moment, Shai makes an incredible shot. What if then?
I think he hit it because of titanium. That's what I think.
Unbeatable.
I think
Just cannot beat Schlecht at this game.
I think that he gets pumped up for titanium. I think he hears it and he's ready to go destroy them.
Okay.
He's bulletproof. I mean, come on. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these are all very winnable games.
They are.
Without Steph, the Mavericks at home, the Mavericks on national television, and then Utah's frisky. They're still frisky.
They just got demolished by the Rockets. Just
I know.
No
I
respect for their life, basically.
I know. They're still in position to hand over a pick to the Thunder, which I still don't think will be the case. But, however, I will say Mark Stein reported that they are more likely to try to add to the core, the Markkanen core, than to trade Markkanen. at this point.
Question: would you trade a good player to them, like not a bad player, just not one of the best, just to
wanna
make
help
that
them out.
desire real and get a lottery pick?
Oh no, I would not. No, I would not. I would not do that.
Suppose that you can, like,
Who would it be? That's the problem.
your future self that sees the future say, "Hey, Andy, if you trade Kenrich Williams to the Jazz,
Oh no, thank you.
you will retain a pick that is no lower than 10."
No, thank you.
Oh wow, that's some loyalty there.
Yeah,
I'll give you another one.
I'm too attached to a lot of these guys to make this decision.
You can trade Oos to them.
Yeah, sure.
But you are sure that the pick will not convey because they are like a top 4 team. Would you do that?
Oh no. I don't. At that point, I don't really care.
No, I don't think that you can really easily trade someone if you're OKC, even if you are guaranteed. Yeah, I made like a lot of spins while we're all talking, and now that the clips are there,
God, the Clips just stink.
we should not do this. I did like 4 simulations, and all were with OKC picking top 4. That is
Okay, we'll give ourselves one spin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number
Just
3.
one.
Let's go.
Okay, so if you're listening to the pod, we're doing a spin on Tankathon to just take a look at the picks that the Thunder have. It's looking pretty unfair at this point because they'll have 4. They could potentially have 4 picks.
Yeah.
In the draft.
But Andrew, how could they really put all these players? Blah, blah. Sorry.
Here's our spin. Okay, the Thunder fell to 7. They get 7.
Terrible.
7, 9, 14, and 27 in this instance, which is crazy. So,
which probably you can package 7 and 9 to get to maybe not the top 3, surely not the top 3, but maybe to 5.
I was gonna say, I wonder if a team like the Wizards is like, you know what, and maybe there's a 5th guy in this draft. They're like, no, like it's well worth it to keep him. But perhaps it's a little bit. I don't know enough about this back half. I think it's a little bit more flat after you get past like the top 3 or 4. But if there's a guy that they like at 5, I think that, and they obviously have good relationship with that Wizards front office. And so I wonder if it makes sense for the Wizards to pick at 7 and 9 rather than just at 5.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you give up 7 and 9 for the opportunity to control any pick from the Clippers? Basically can have like first dib 2 years in a row and an unprotected pick.
I mean, they already have that in the next 2 years.
I know, but later to just
later. I don't know, because it gets a little more risky because they'll
just
have
one of them. You say, hey, I give you back 7,
no.
but you give me an unprotected 33, knowing that you have 9. Really? Wow. To me, sort of a no-brainer with 7, not with like a pick too much higher than that. But if you have, if I have 9
after the lottery, you're saying?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
The lottery lands at 7, and you tell the Clippers, "Hey, do you want your pick back? I'll give it to you if you give me an unprotected."
The problem is like 7 is really high.
I know. That is why it makes it very interesting to the Clippers, because they can think of, hey, if we do this, maybe we will never give back a great pick, but it's 7.
I just take 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I take 7.
I'm shocked. No, I would really take the, hey, let's flip this.
I kind of think you need to start to get some of these guys in, and I know that they are in such a weird position because like they still haven't seen Sorber, they haven't seen Topic yet. I know. It's like, listen, I don't know. I would need more. I would need more because I
You
just
are greedy, Andy. You are really greedy, Andy.
you can really find somebody like if you're Sam Presti and you're this front office that has been finding guys, like you can really find somebody at 7, 9, 14. I don't think they can roster all those people, but perhaps like you could if you could backfill your roster with it would be if they picked all 3 of those guys, they would have 5 lottery picks. Basically, if you like Sorber is like a pseudo lottery pick, is 15th. So like whatever you want to think about that, but 5 players picked in the top 15 from the last 3 drafts that you're bringing in, 4 of which who have never played. We'll see if Topic plays this year or not. Even if Topic gets healthy, it's like, is he like how much are they going to play him? I don't know. You could potentially have 5 guys coming in that are lottery picks. I do feel like you need to consolidate in some way.
Exactly.
Like maybe you could, like maybe that is what you want to do. Is like it would not surprise me to see like 14 traded.
The Spurs did that with Dillingham, and I think it was a fantastic trade. Fantastic trade.
Yeah, especially now that Dilly is not good.
Like that. The likelihood of that being the case, it's not 0. It's really high. I know that, and again, if I didn't have 9, and maybe you can do it with 9 plus 14, for example, and get maybe something that is less than an unprotected pick.
I think I might rather take 9 and 14 and package those for something. I just think that picking in the top 10 like that, picking at 7 is just kind of it's not something the Thunder are going to be able to do a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And so
which is why yes, but also this is the point.
That's the one that I would take. I would trade one of the other ones. I would target whoever it is that they want and go get them. And then, because I'm sure that there's guys in every draft that they really want that are in the top 10, and that, you have a chance to actually go take them rather than hope that they fall to 9 or hope that they fall to 14. Like I think that I think it would be best to just keep 7. So let us know what you think. The Thunder are completely unfair, and it is freaking awesome. And so enjoy that as much as you can, Thunder fans. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you guys again on Wednesday.
Until the dawn, until the dawn.